everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It's Monday morning. And, you know, everybody online spends a lot of time talking about how Harry is still dining out on his mother's death. All these many years later, it's all he's got left. But I'll tell you, he's not the only one. No, indeed, there are several people, several women that to this day are making bank on the back of the dead Princess of Wales. I'm talking about her so-called psychic advisors. There's two main ones and sort of and a third. And we're going to be talking about them today. And I'm going to be reading you some quotes of things that they have said. And they're still all over, news programs about Diana, as we are in the middle of the summer and approaching the 27th anniversary of her death in Paris in 1997. You can bet, I can guarantee that they're going to be popping up on shows, on news channels, talking about Diana. Absolutely. We are going to see these women on TV again, talking about her. All this time later, they're still making bank. Now, we're going to be talking about Rita Rogers and Sally Morgan. First of all, we'll talk about Rita Rogers. Now, in 1997, Diana and Dodie flew by helicopter to Lower Pilsney in Derbyshire for an appointment with Rogers, to whom Diana had been introduced by a mutual friend back in 1994. So she had been seeing Rita Rogers for about 3 years by that point. Diana had already visited her before and believed to have telephoned her regularly. Now here's a quote from Rita Rogers. Quote, "I have helped to save so many lives in the past by giving warnings in time. I can't understand why I couldn't save her." Unquote. Roger claims that her connection to Diana is not lost even today. She is psychically connected to Diana, and she claims that Diana is happy and proud of her two boys. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous stuff. And then now Sally Morgan is quite interesting as well. And I mean, both of these women have written books and have made many, many appearances. Well, anyway, now Sally Morgan, and I've done a video about her. Go back and look in the videos when Harry met Sally. That video's all about Sally Morgan, if you want more information. Now anyway, Sally first met Diana when the boys were then 9 and 7. She'd recently separated from Charles, and now here's a quote from Sally. "Over the next 4.5 years, we met in person 4 times and had hundreds of readings over the phone. She claimed she told Diana she would never be queen, and also predicted the affair with Will Carling." These are things that since Diana's death that Sally has come out and said that she predicted and told Diana. Of course, there's no way of verifying any of this information, is there? Now, she also said they parted ways a year before Diana died, amicably, apparently, But, she continues to predict about the Waleses and Sussexes to this day. If you look up her name, Google it, whatever, you'll find some of her recent predictions from different appearances that she's done. Now, both of these women have written books, about all of this. And now these are the two most prominent ones. There's also really kind of an amusing story told by Ken Wharf, who was at the time Diana's personal protection officer. Now, Sarah Ferguson, Fergie, Duchess of York, had a psychic advisor called Madame Vasso, and she poured all kinds of money into her too. I mean, Diana was not the only one, and to this day is not the only royal that has employed psychics, right? But anyway, so Ken Wharf relays this story. Fergie had told Diana about Madame Vasso and had made a connection for the two to meet. So Ken Wharf tells of taking Diana to this address, and up on the roof, and there was like this pyramid-shaped thing that Diana was supposed to sit under, and Ken Wharf could tell at the time that this is just foolishness and perhaps not the safest place for Diana to be, so he got her out of there quickly. But yeah, now, isn't it interesting? Both of these women claim years of contact with Diana. Up until very... And they're so psychic and have helped so many other people. Hundreds of readings for Diana. And nobody said, gee, going to Paris mightn't be the best idea. Nobody saw the car or the tunnel, Nobody warned her. It's ridiculous. I mean, and over the years, the money that she must have spent relying on these people to guide her. I mean, let's face it, Diana was very naive, and I truly believe she was terribly taken advantage of over, not just this psychic claptrap, but by a lot of people. She was very naive. And maybe, in a later video, I'll get into some other aspects of the exploitation of Diana, even while she was alive. And it's not great. But and these women, Sally Morgan, I mean, I've done a video when Harry met Sally, they had, when they originally met, and that is the picture that you see when you look up that video, when they originally met at a costume party for some charity or something that they both belonged, and she introduced herself to Harry as his mother's, psychic, right? And since then, Harry has employed her, for some readings about his mother. I go into this more in my other video, so there you go. Go watch When Harry Met Sally. Find out all about it. But yeah, and she's written books. The Rita Rogers is, she's written books. They're still making bank on Diana. And you can bet, I mean, I haven't seen them pop up yet, but as we get closer to the anniversary, I'd put money on seeing them on some daytime show or news program or something or other. They're gonna pop up because they always do. So as much as we, kind of hold Harry in disdain for exploiting his mother's death to promote his own financial gain, him and Meghan, he's not the only one doing it. There's a whole lot of people making bank off the death of Princess Diana. Hope this was informative. Hope you liked it. Leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you're thinking. Subscribe to the channel. We want to watch everything. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, everybody.